My name is Faith Odhiambo. I'm the former president of the Law Society of Kenya. I would say that the women have had gains in terms of better reception of female leadership, and we have seen the consistent growth of the choice of women in leadership positions that has grown exponentially, and which has been encouraging because we are now seeing more and more young leaders who are female coming out to vie for different positions from branch level to the national level, which I think is quite positive because ideally you'd see very few women seeking for positions and even less of young female lawyers coming out to vote and look for leadership positions. Now, with regards to where we still have challenges, there are quite a number. The issue on how we are dealing and handling sexual harassment in the legal profession, vis-a-vis also the challenge of women setting up legal firms and having more women-led law firms, having more women as partners, and not just any salaried partnership, but equity partnerships and law firms, and just seeing women taking up more strategic positions. So there has still been a challenge with that regard, but I'm hopeful. If we had the highest number of senior counsel joining the senior counsel bar as female in the last cohort, I'm still positive that the profession continues to embrace and recognize outstanding women who have given so much to the profession. We have seen opportunities raising for women, particularly now that we have more women vying for different positions, because we've had a female chairperson of the Nairobi branch and more female chairs, and me being the second president. But I also say it's more encouraging because even at the chapter levels, we have certain chapters that are female-led, from the chairpersons of the various chapters till the branch chairs are all female-led. So I could say that it has been quite positive because now we are seeing a change in the acceptance of female leadership as a norm, and just requiring them to perform and serve members, which is the general norm expected if a man held that particular positions. We've seen in the judiciary women taking up greater roles, and I would say it's positive because we've seen more recruitment of female lawyers from the lowest cadre and growing to the higher cadres, and we are very hopeful that we'll see the difference in the divide of more women joining as High Court judges to bridge that difference of the gap, as Court of Appeal judges, and eventually having a 50-50 at the Supreme Court. Generally, female lawyers or even female leaders face a disproportionate requirement with regards to them meeting standards. We've had instances of women sharing encounters of challenges they had even with regards to employment, because of if you're young or you're in coverture in a family setting, that expectation that one day you'll be childbearing age and you'd have to take maternity leaves have been deemed as a disadvantage, because most employers would not want you to be away from office for all that period of time that the law provides, that grants a new family to be able to set up. So those are challenges, and also the expectation that you must prove yourself higher with regards to whether you'll be up to the task, will you be tough enough, will you be able to balance all the different challenges that we'll be facing that are deemed to come more natural to men. And I would say also a different standard even with regards to how much money is offered. If you do an analysis in terms of pay for a female vis-a-vis a man with the same experience and same years of practice, you will always see the disproportion, and even the disproportion of men who raise up the ranks, because there are different standards that are placed with regards to how they view the value of a female lawyer vis-a-vis a male lawyer. So you'd see more men rising up in terms of partnership level as opposed to female lawyers. In terms of vying, there are challenges with regards to, first of all, the acceptance of a woman holding the highest oval office in the legal profession, the element of being a younger leader as compared to having the options of picking a senior who, and there were quite a number vying for that particular position. and also just the general challenge of how to handle the role as president for lawyers, and also our role and responsibility for public interest and to members of the public while holding that particular office. We saw the challenges, political challenges in our country, and issues of rule of law in terms of challenge of independence of the judiciary, the challenge that happened that led to members of the public, particularly the Gen Z generation, camping in parliament, and the various issues or facets with regards to right to picket peacefully, the unlawful arrests, charges under the portal law, amongst others. And so in terms of our jurisprudence, there have been a lot of challenges, and even the questions of democracy and the role of the Law Society of Kenya in stepping up and taking a role to stand for the rule of law. I would say those are part and parcel of some of the challenges I faced. Thank you.